That makes a nice seed bed. You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. I don't know, the last 8 videos, all we did was chop corn. Granted, we broke down. So, pretty much done with corn. There's green feed to chop, daily feed, but they are running the pull type. Which, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not too worried. It's a mud fest. And I'd really like to not get involved with that as much, but in here, there's paws that are on this shaft and they're just wore out. That's my issue. So got to get that tore down and just get them switched out. And then as far as this goes, well, it's been sitting in the driveway for 6 days, 6 days, and the starter's bad, and I didn't know that. Somebody could have popped the starter out for me and could have got it rebuilt during the week, but it's the weekend, so can't take it to the starter place. But I'd like to move it because it is sitting in the driveway. You can't pull start it because you don't have any air because it leaks down. So I thought about teeing something in on here. My other truck has an air fitting, and then I remembered this has a fitting right there. So it is slow going, but, and this has to get blown off and cleaned out. Good thing about this cab, open the doors and blow everything out of it. But we are getting air. So once there's air, I can pop start it and at least get it out of the road. It's gonna take a little bit to air up. So plenty of projects. Still have to figure this out. Yeah. So that is the goal for today. Get that at least somewhat figured out. Got it moved. So to change the starter, you actually just take the panel out in the cab and you can reach to the starter really nicely. So we'll do that this week. This will get, I guess I gotta wash the body. The piston's gotta go out to get resealed. A lot of people mentioned comments you should be able to tighten it, do this, do that. I'm not an expert with any of that, and it got me through. It leaks some, but I don't think these ones have a way of really tightening them, making them nice. So it was leaking out of the top and stuff like that and just dripping down. So we'll have to take that out, and then I'll drop that off at the hydraulic place, which I also need. I need a lot of things. The hydraulic lines on the tanker, because we're gonna be back into manure hauling. So otherwise, yeah, truck's good for that. Maybe we got some light issues. I don't think we're gonna find out, but I think it had something to do with the trailer side of it. So starter on that. This is actually good to go. Hydraulic lines on this, and putting tire jet in one of these tires. I forget which one it is. This one. It's already flat. It's got a pinhole leak. I think it's right there. So, and these tires are just trailer tires, so there's plenty of life left for what they're gonna do. These were my cases of Budweiser, or yeah, Bud Light. Traded them on Facebook Marketplace for them. So then we got a lot of manure to haul. As far as the 7520, I do not see myself fixing that in the near future. I wish I had it for fall tillage and to run the disc and finisher all together, but I just don't have the time to split it apart again and see what I put together wrong. I think I put together something wrong. So you live and you learn. Well, we'll get into what I'd like to get done today. So all of that's got to get washed up, but we'll jump over here. Got the setup. As you know, you watch previous videos, like from the spring, this broke, so we parked it. So I got a new one from Huber's, and we got to switch those bolts out, or take those bolts off, and then just switch that spring hanger. I got to order this spring here, since that's broken. And then we got 2 discs to replace on the outside, and my plan is to disc everything. Hopefully I can get the rolling basket set up with the seeder, and then we'll go back through and seed everything. So cover crop and some grass seed. I don't know if this is gonna work or if I'm gonna have to use the Brilliant or what. These hoses go back to the rear hitch. Yeah, they're weathered. It would be good to put new ones on. Okay. Okay, 1/2 off. Now to the bottom. Broken spring is out. Well, I thought I had the right spring. So there's 3 different springs on here, and I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, that's the right one. When you get it there, it's not actually the right one. I have the wrong side. So this one, as you can see at the top, it curves out, and the other one curves the other way. So, yep. Oh. So I wonder if that's on that side. I really want to make sure these work before I start working on that here. So yeah, I still got to get some spring stuff, but it will work. It just won't have as much spring weight on that. So I need 2 things like that. And I ended up, because I want to make sure it works, I ended up welding that spring, which is not the best thing, but I'm gonna do like 1/2 acre or less right now. So it's welded, which I have a full belief that it's gonna break back off. But we'll go give this a try. This tractor will not like pulling this, so I'm gonna have to split them up. I think I already said that, but I want to make sure that this rolling basket does a good job, does what I think it's gonna, and then we'll start dismantling that to go on this. So don't weld springs unless you're just trying to get by for an acre. We'll see. That makes a nice seed bed. We need some more speed to her, but it's like perfect. So that's where the disc is, and it sits over on both sides just, I don't know, 1/2 foot. So that way somebody's running the disc, they're close to the edge, they're not at least like 1 foot or 2 on the edge. So this is after the disc. You can see it's a little lumpier, a little more uneven. Behind that is just smooth. So that's wild. That's really cool. We'll kick it up a little bit of speed and see what we can get into. Very impressed by this. I'm excited to plant corn into it. This tractor's actually pulling it. But we're in ground that, like, it's a little damper, but it's not worked ground, so it's not like that hard. So we're pulling it right now 5.5. Yeah, someone will slip, but I'm excited to see what this looks like on a second pass over that stuff. So I'm just messing around in this field. I do plan on hopefully putting cover crop in here. It's not that rocky, but one pass. Like, it's got a little rough spots here and there, but it is in corn stalks and there's small rocks. But that's pretty smooth. Oh, the hoses are dragging. I gotta zip tie them up. So this is right. We would plant into this for corn, and you got your lumps and stuff like that. Granted, usually you're doing tillage and you're doing chisel plowing in between it, but this following behind it. So this is one pass, and this would be absolutely amazing to plant right into. And then over here is two passes over it. So right here is where it changes. I think the second pass breaks up more residue, corn stalks and stuff like that. But you can see, like, we got rocks, fields like that. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, that's gonna be a game changer in some of our prep work. And I know no-till would be real sweet, but I honestly think working the ground gives it a benefit, gets it all turned over. Yeah, I'm not, let's till everything and get back to Dust Bowl ages, but this thing is gonna be pretty sweet, right? Somebody's coming up the road. Yanko's all about it. Who's that on the road? It's a Porsche, red Porsche. But this is gonna work though. So my goal is, and I haven't really decided exactly how we're gonna mount everything. I want to put seed right in front of these rollers, and then the rollers actually push the seed down and level it out, make it smooth. And that way I could turn it on. We could do one pass without it, do another pass, turn it on, and seed it. That's cool though. Definitely cool. I'll mess around, do a few more, just so I can look at it for the next few days. But it's amazing that what those rollers just level out and they get rid of the clumps. So you can see, like, we have clumps of corn stalks, and you really don't see much of that back there. And the unevenness, so like right here it's uneven, it's got a roll, that goes away. So, good purchase, I think so. I think I'll pull that hydraulic line up a little bit. Yeah, somebody said you can run these, that I should push it back more. This just needs to be zip tight here. I can push it back more. I run into the length issues getting around places, but I think the holes they had them in were back one more. But you can turn all the way and it doesn't do anything. So I think we're in an okay spot. I'm 100% very impressed with how that ran. Like 100%. I don't know what these people are doing. It's a nice day in the park, so there's a lot of people around. Well, just a quick few passes. I don't know, I did like an acre, 2 acres. And yeah, now we'll go mess around with the rolling baskets. I'm so happy with how they work. So I'm just down the field next to the farm anyways. This is pretty long though. I gotta say that. Pretty long. Not the widest thing. That's about as wide as the corn planter. But still, I hate that this like GPS bracket rattles like that. So, I do not see anybody else running this setup other than me. So, just due to the fact that this is kind of my own gig and it is long, big, a lot of things going on, so I'll pull it up here and I'll start thinking about what I gotta do now that I know it works the way I want it to. It works. It's pretty friggin' slick if you ask me. So dove into putting the cedar on some more. Figured I'd split up some videos, keep you guys waiting on more. So appreciate you guys watching along. We're gonna throw the air cedar on in the next episode, and hopefully that will work. Yeah, hopefully it will work. There's a lot of little pieces going together here, a lot of unknowns, but yeah, appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.